Hello, Kapil. Good evening. So, I've been trying to find uh, a nice way to formulate this question for so long, but it seems like I can't find the exact words to express. So, I will try to express my feelings around what I've observed in the last few years. So, I'm in the trading business. So basically, my art is around finding, um, not really finding, but anticipating what's going to happen in the financial markets. And I've observed in the last, I would say, 2 years that when I try to when I try to forcefully find a way to determine what's going to be happening in the future, this almost always fails. But there are times, and this is starting to happen a lot more times lately, when I'm just like completely absent, and I don't really think about what I'm gonna do, and there's like this force inside, not force, but there's something that's not really me that's taking a decision. And it seems like
So what's your question?
I would say that my question is, what is this? Why is it that sometimes this absence is quote unquote present, and sometimes that's really not here? So there's like interference.
That's a prescriptive question
Okay.
because it's asking. I could say X, and you can say, then you're going to say, okay, well, I'll practice more of that. It doesn't go anywhere. How long have you been doing what you do?
It's been quite a while. It's been like 5 years now.
Okay, and have you succeeded? Have you succeeded at what you do?
Yeah. I would say that I'm I'm pretty good at what I do.
How good? How good are you at what
I'm
you do?
I'm currently competing in the world championship, and I'm first position. So
The world championship of what?
trading.
Well, what does that mean? That you're in the
There,
world championship of trading. What does that mean?
there's it's like competition between traders.
So when
That
you
takes.
so when you trade, that's your business, right?
Yeah,
That's how you make a living, right?
yeah.
So if you make a living as a painter, then how good you are depends upon the quality of paintings that you make. If you make your living as a um, you know any kind of art, it there's a there isn't like the person himself, like there's a metric that one can judge. And in art, that metric is usually oneself. One knows the quality of what one does without lying to himself. But when one trades, then would you say the metric is money? It seems like the most money-related profession is investing and trading. So is it the would you say that the metric and the judge of success is in that particular profession, it's money. It's that's all it is. Is that correct? As a soccer player, it's goals. As a basketball player, it's points. As a car manufacturer, it's number and quality of cars. As a painter, it's the quality of paintings. In investing and trading, it's money. It's how successful are you at doing that, and the more successful you are, it's a pretty hard line, black and white metric of money. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So, have you made a lot of money? Since that's your metric in the field that you have chosen, have you made a lot of money?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
so go ahead.
Okay, it's quite difficult here, because even if I do make a lot of money, I would say that I'm finding a lot of satisfaction, and I feel that my life is, I don't want to say complete, but
And that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
you could get satisfaction from pulling weeds. That's fine. I mean,
yeah,
satisfaction is fine. That's an internal metric for what one does, and that is perfectly acceptable. There is an extrinsic metric, and what I find is that most people who call themselves X or Y, or a painter, or a whatever, or a trader, investor, or whatever it is, they're not really good at it. And I think people are generally frauds. I don't trust them. Very few people are very good at what they do. So, I mean, the fact that you get satisfaction out of it, I appreciate that, and I respect that, because satisfaction from what you do is absolutely, that's gold. Okay. And it doesn't, and neither does it mean that you have to be successful as on an external metric. It doesn't mean that either. And that's fine. Whatever a human being is satisfied by, and I don't care if you make $1, that's fine. If you're satisfied by it, that's fine. But that type of idealism usually is for the books and the textbooks. It really isn't real life. Humans really aren't that way. And frankly, if they are that way, they wouldn't usually choose investing or trading as a career generally. I mean, I can't speak for everybody. Nothing is absolute in that regard. But I raise suspicion, and I raise caution. I raise red flags. I raise doubts. And when someone says I do it for satisfaction, I find that suspicious, because that same person usually is struggling for money. And that's fine too. Like if you look into someone's heart and they're struggling for money, but they're satisfied with their life, I mean, I think that's wonderful. That's fantastic. It really is. But that creature is not really the typical situation. So it's very easy to hide behind things and say, I'm in trading, I don't make a lot of money, or I do make a lot of money, but in satisfaction. You may want to think about that. You may want to think about the veracity of your answer, because I could line up 100 people here who do that profession, and if I hear it's about satisfaction to me, I don't think that's the whole answer. And rarely do humans give the whole answer, and rarely are humans truly exceptional at what they do.